Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to episode 1 of my North Ferriby FM15 series. Now I did do an introduction video a week or two ago saying I'd be streaming this save live on Twitch, which is what I did. I've completed one season. But I also said in the introduction I'd be doing season updates. So at the end of each season I'll give you an overview on YouTube for you guys that can't watch my stream. I don't have a regular schedule, so it's difficult for you guys to maybe commit to watching my stream. Just like it's difficult for me to commit to a certain time when I will be streaming because I don't know what I'm doing from one day to the next. But I've done 4 streams so far in the last week and a half and people have enjoyed it. I've gone up to over 400 followers, which is fantastic, and quite a few views as well. Lots of people really enjoying it. So I'm pleased that you guys that have been watching it have been enjoying it, getting to know me better, getting to know my personality and the way I play Football Manager in general. So for those of you that haven't watched me on Twitch, maybe have the time to watch me on Twitch, then give me a follow. Maybe give me a follow anyway in case you are over on Twitch when I do happen to be streaming. Now I'm going to give you an update of my first season. Like I said, I would do one every single time I finish the season. So this is episode 1 and we got promoted from the Championship. I've been playing on the database where I switched the Premier League with the Conference North and South and all the other divisions as well. We successfully got promoted despite not scoring a huge number of goals. Our defence was the strongest, so that enabled us to be successful in getting promoted. 5 points ahead of Guiseley in third, only 1 point behind A.F.C. It was a cruel way to not win the title. Those of you watching, it was 20 to 30 of you at the time, saw the opposition, I can't remember who it was, whoever we were playing, let's see, Farnborough, who actually got relegated. They scored a last minute equaliser in injury time, and it was a cross goal of all things. It just looped over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. But it doesn't matter, we're up to the Premier League, which is fantastic. We've got more money to spend. I will give you a quick update on what has happened. I've actually gone through to the start of the season already, ready for the next stream. Twitch links in the description below, so for those of you wondering where I am, just click on that and give me a follow. But this is the overview. Let's see some of the fixtures. The first game of the season we beat Bromley 5-0. I couldn't quite believe the start, and Nathan Jarman turned into a very good striker for me in the end. And we did okay in the Capital One Cup. We got through to the fourth round where we lost against Rochdale 3-0. But that was quite successful, winning the first 3 rounds to get through there. Unfortunately, we did lose in the FA Cup third round, 2-0 against Coventry. But most of the games were quite close, really. We did beat the eventual winners, Ebbsfleet, 4-1. That was 4 goals from Jarman as well. He was on fire in that game. But most games were sort of 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. Beat Chelmsford 3-1. But nothing big. A good game against Altrincham 3-2. But as you can see, most of the results were quite simple. If we hadn't lost a couple games in the last 4 games, if we only won once in the last 4 games, we would have won the league, but it wasn't to be in the end. Championship stats-wise, we can see Nathan Jarman was 3rd top scorer, joint first in fact, with 25. He had a great season, he's a good striker, and I'm keeping him for the Premier League because he's a good player. Now, it's difficult to sign top quality players because despite the fact they will give me lots of money, you'll see in a minute that I have to sign some decent players, but nothing of Premier League, real life Premier League quality. I wasn't actually playing my West Ham tactic at the start of the season. I went for a typical 4-4-2, then I switched to 4-5-1. It was working well up until the last third where I started to struggle. So the last third of the season, the last few games in fact, I switched to the West Ham one and that pushed us over the line and got us promoted. It worked very well in the end. In terms of the squad stats, Nathan Jarman 50 games and 1 sub-appearance, and Adam Nicklin, our keeper, also 50 games. Goals wise, Nathan Jarman 26 over in all competitions. Next was Tom Corner and Denton, the other 2 strikers, but not a huge number of goals. Liam King with 7 as well. Average rating was pretty poor. Looking at that is strange for a team to have such a poor average rating to go up so comfortably. Jarman only got a 7.01. He was our next best, and it was only actually a handful of players that got over 6.9, which is the average rating, you would say. So a strange season that allowed us to get promoted. I'm going to look at the leagues for those of you that have seen my experiments, may be interested more in where everyone else finished, especially in the Premier League. Woolstone won the league, 3 points clear of Concord Rangers. They had a good season to win, but only with 69 points. That's unheard of. Gloucester going in Sprat and Colwyn Bay going down. So next season we're going to be playing the likes of Hemel Hempstead, Gosport, A.F.C. Fylde, Oxford City, Brackley, Woolstone. And we've probably got a good chance of doing quite well if I can make good signings and these teams don't make good signings. However, it's going to be tough. Looking at the finances in England, we're actually down in 76th place. We're below quite a few teams, championship teams, despite winning the league. All the Premier League, now current Premier League teams have got a huge amount of money. Look at their estimated value. So they're going to have money to spend, whereas we're not going to have a huge amount. I'll show you in a minute who I've signed, but these teams, despite being in the run around the South, are still worth a lot, especially Arsenal. Let's look at the Conference South, just out of interest. So Chelsea and Arsenal went up, Millwall and Birmingham went down, QPR went into administration, and the Conference North, Man City and Man United went up quite predictably so, just ahead of Liverpool. That was very close. Unlucky for Liverpool. Blackpool, Wolves and Bolton went down. The FA Cup, though, was won by Middlesbrough 3-1, so that's good to see a different sort of team winning that. Capital One Cup won by Rochdale, 2-1 against Portsmouth. Community Shield won by Man City. Portsmouth won the Johnston's Paint Trophy as well. And the FA Trophy was won by West Brom, beating Chelsea 1-0 in the final. So here's the start of the Premier League season, ahead of our match against Hayes and Yaden, which I will be streaming when I'm next available to go on Twitch. Hopefully not too long away. So we didn't do too good in pre-season, as you can see. The only win against Brig. But what you're interested in really is the transfers, and the transfers of the other Premier League teams, so we can compare. So we spent 90k, which isn't much. We had 1.2 million to spend, but most of that I've filtered into the wages, because we've got 500,000 left to spend, 3.63 per week left in wages. So maybe I'll be making a couple more signings while streaming live. But this team is completely different now. I've got better players. Now you may look at these and think, well, these are just nothing. But compared to what I had, they are much better. He's my biggest signing, but he's actually turned out not to be as good, as he's only quite poor compared to my other players that have come in since, especially free transfers. Now, I just tried to sign so many different players on a free. There was lots of players available. Most of them didn't want to talk to me, but the odd one was willing to talk to me. The likes of Jermaine Beckford. Free transfer, he's going to be a top striker for me compared to what I had. He's better than Jarman. Despite Jarman having a good season, he's down there on 1.5 stars. Beckford's up there. It just shows the quality difference. But it just shows what the quality actually is going to be in the Premier League as well, compared to what it is in real life. Jermaine Beckford is the top guy for me. I've got Tom Sawers. Some of you may remember him. He's going to be a good midfielder for me. Kevin Foley, and my backup striker. Not backup striker, I mean my wing back. My main wing back, in fact. I've got two good wing backs in. Marcus Bean's going to be a good solid central midfielder. Jamaican. Tempted to just call him Mr. Bean. M. Bean, yeah. Caleb Folan is going to be my backup striker. So he's actually got 7 Irish caps. Then we've got Lima, who's going to be a very good centre-back for me. At the back, Romanian. Hopefully will be solid. He's going to be my best centre-back. I hopefully can sign another good centre-back to hold the fort at the back. I brought in this guy thinking it'd end up being quite good, but it was difficult to tell like how they compared to other players, and it's ended up him not being that brilliant. But it's not the end of the world. I need players. Now this guy, Rhys McCabe, remember him? Forest save, Rotherham save, etc. I've signed him on a free. Now he's on 4.9k a week, which is the most any of my players have, I think. And he's going to be versatile, because look at those positions he can play in. But he will be playing midfield. The key attribute for him is the long throws, which hopefully will add to my team. And he's going to be good. He's going to be good. I know he will. Jordan Watson as well, a left back on a free. No, he's gone. I signed him and then released him, I think. I don't know what's happened there. Oh, that was last. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening there. Never mind. Luke Watson is the guy I've actually signed that hopefully can be a good midfielder in the future for me. Oliver Turton as well. He's the guy I've got on loan from Crewe, who is a right back. So I've got two really good right backs, but he may be pushed up into midfield or right attacking midfield, possibly if need be. And Joe Rules is probably my best player that I've signed on loan from Cardiff, and I think he should be a class player. Now, lots of players have gone on frees, as you can see, and the squad is a decent size now, which is good to see. Keeper's a bit weak. Defence, I need a better centre-back, I think. But hopefully we'll be good. Unfortunately, some teams like Whitehawk have spent a hell of a lot of money, and not as much as you'd expect a Premier League team to spend, but they've spent more than most. And Whitehawk, I think, will be dangerous this season. However, season preview, despite the team coming up, we don't look too bad. Predicted to finish 12th. Whitehawk, pretty much odds-on favourites to finish first. Ebbsfleet, who went up this season, are actually second favourites. So I think we've got a chance of actually causing an upset and finishing quite high up. We're 2,000 to 1 to win the title, but I think we've got a slim chance of finishing in the top 4. We'll see. But I hope you enjoy the stream. I'll be obviously doing another update. Episode 2 will be at the end of the second season, but please come over and join me on Twitch. Give me a follow. If you haven't got an account, maybe create one. Follow me. Follow some other FM15 streamers or some other gamers on there. If you haven't really heard of Twitch before, it's a great place to watch people play games, which may sound a bit strange to some of you, but it's a good thing to do whilst you're playing. Like, I often play Football Manager and watch someone else streaming. I find that good. It's good fun, especially if you've got 2 screens as well. That's always useful. And thanks for watching this. Please leave a like. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I shall see you in the next part, or perhaps, hopefully, over on Twitch.